Hello everybody, and welcome back to the History Channel, and today we're going to continue the series about the past. I'm Owen Williams, and I have been a historian for about 10 years now. I love my job, and that's why I'm going to take you on a journey with me down the history. In this series, we have discussed a lot of things, and today we have come to a very exciting one. The British Empire, one of the greatest empires to ever exist. It nearly covered around 25% of the land on Earth one time, and today the United Kingdom is a global powerhouse and one of the leaders in the free world together with the United States, but they have not always been like that. And today we are going to take a look down the history of the British Empire, and I'm going to take you down with me in a gallery to look at the complicated history. First, we're going to take a look at the early empire, and then to have a look at the late empire. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the British Empire. Today we're in a gallery and we are going to explore the history of the British Empire. In this first section we see the flag. It's called the Union Jack and it's the flag of the United Kingdom but also the British Empire. Why don't you follow me? Now we have come to the early empire, and this is one of the more exciting ones. In the start there actually were no British Empire and there also were no United Kingdom. On the British Isles there were a lot of houses, also called areas, and the biggest one of them were England. There were other areas as we know today as Ireland, Scotland and Wales, but they wasn't called that back in the day. A lot of people actually wanted to own the crown or sit on the crown, and they wanted to be king of the British Isles. So everybody who fought over the crown wanted to unite the areas into the United Kingdom. Out of all that, a lot of people actually died in the war and there became new kings all the time. In the end, the United Kingdom was born out of that, and there still were some groups and farmers that they didn't have control over on the British Isles, and they just wanted to be independent. Ireland was one of those, and England only controlled some of it. But in the end, it ended with that Ireland was united into the United Kingdom. Now that the United Kingdom controlled over all of the British Isles, they didn't have to focus inwards on people taking over the crown and war, and they could focus outwards towards the world. So down in the south, there was Spain, and they also started exploration together, or not together, but at the same time as the British Empire were on rise. And they were kind of enemies of each other because Spain were also one of the greatest and biggest empires to ever have lived, together with Britain, the British Empire. And Britain and Spain both tried to explore and colonize the New World, and that was of course America. But Spain were actually a bit quicker than Britain, and they claimed the whole New World from South America to North America. And Britain and Spain came into some of the wars, and no one of them really won any of them. After the British lost its colony in the United States, they still had the control over Canada, and also after that they wanted a new colony to be like the main colony, and so they chose Australia and some of New Zealand. And even though the Europeans had known the area for a really long time, they still chose it, and they knew it because of past Dutch explorers. And France had the French Revolution, and the French Revolution led to the Napoleon Wars. Britain won some of those wars, and with that came some new colonies, and some of those were Malta, just down in Italy, and South Africa. The Spanish Empire were almost no more, so they were not a big threat to the British Empire, and the French now were the new rival to the British Empire. But after the losses of the war against Britain, they almost had no resistance, and they could increase the size of the empire, and they did very much indeed. Much more didn't happen forward, and at a time which it called the Pax Britannia happened, and so from around 1815 to 1914 the British Empire could colonize more land because it was the only superpower in the world, and it was the biggest and most powerful. And under that time Britain colonized more land in India, and so it became the biggest empire it has ever been. After the World Wars, Britain lost some of its colonies, and some were given away to the Native American people not American, but African and also Indian. And colonism wasn't that popular anymore, and Britain wasn't very popular anymore. So they decolonized, and now they are what we know them for today. We have now talked about the old empire and the new British Empire, and we can conclude out of that the English Empire has a major key in what the United Kingdom has become today. If you would like to ask any questions, you can ask them on the website of this program on history.com. I would like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.